do voices too.
Although my voice may be extra harsh today. For obvious reasons.
Aye, lad. I get you there.
Oi, lassie, you loving, you know. I won't fuck with you and you won't fuck with me, and we'll be fine. But if you decide to step on my territory, I'll have your head.
Well, it's not necessarily my lizard voice. It's more of a rogue voice, if anything, but it can be applied to lizards. Or just...
You sound more like a Khajiit, to be honest.
Or something more... No, wait, hold on. I'm trying to think of it. Something more... Fuck, no, that's dwarf. I'm trying to think of my heathen voice, because I was practicing it earlier. I was like,
You're
oh shit,
heathen?
I need to do this again.
What would a heathen sound like? I'm kind of curious.
Well, most of the humans have an English accent.
Oh, human.
Yeah.
Like Imperial, like, you want to fight me? I'll have you know.
Like that. Oh, what is he doing? No.
That's still dwarf.
I guess it could be.
You gotta embrace Imperial. You gotta feel like you're above everyone else. You can be like, I'll have you know, I graduated top of my class.
Let me think here.
Get a bit of a pompous attitude.
Look, I found me some treasure. No, fuck, that's still dwarf. Well, no, it's getting close. It's getting close. Let me practice some in-game.
The best way that I found to start up accents that are particularly slightly different than English is to think of a show. So when I think pompous Imperial, I think of...
You got me thinking Martin Freeman. Okay, let me think of Martin Freeman.
That might work
right now. Sherlock. No. Fuck. Sherlock. Oh.
Try doing the intro.
Bilbo Baggins.
Try doing the intro guy for Clone Wars.
Oh no, I cannot do his voice.
You can't do his voice.
I know what you're talking about.
Ahsoka Tano and her Jedi Master go into the new Down on the Deep, and they try to find the treasure.
Okay. I am a Baggins from Bag End. We have no adventures, and we do not do any... Okay, that's it. That's my voice. If I do human. From Bag, and as for Elf, we have no adventures. I never gave it much thought other than maybe a little bit of a light-hearted voice. Very, very like foresty-like, almost. Something close to that of a lizard or the rogue, but more of that of a whimsical, like, voice.
Well, actually, elves in this game, they talk the funny way. They don't talk of here. They talk of here now. They never use past or future tense.
Oh, they don't?
They don't. The way that they think is that they know their history and they believe in the future, but what they focus on is they just focus on today. They don't talk about the past. They don't talk about the future. They are in the here now.
There is some really neat details in this game. That is why I fell in love with this. The reason why I got it is because I would go to the V board constantly and I would just see them talking about it and only it. I would see at least 5 threads made in 3 hours just about Divinity Original Sin 2 before the game came out. And everyone
Turning Irish before my eyes. That's the name of the stream.
All right.
So what kind of classes?
Okay.
Class.
So who's gonna be the lizard?
I don't feel like taking the first pick in all honesty. I feel like everyone else should have a pick for me.
I'm pretty sure I can roleplay a human really well.
All right. Who's gonna be the lizard or the elf?
Whatever.
You know what? I'll do the lizard. I've actually never played a lizard in the game. I've done elves and stuff, but I've never given it a try to a lizard. Plus, I love the lizard's armor. Well, the heavy armor.
All right. And then who's the other guy? WMC or Wheel?
Wheels, yeah.
Wheels. Do you want to be the dwarf or the elf?
Dwarf.
You're gonna be the dwarf. Okay, I guess I'll do elf. Oh god, this is gonna be hard.
All right. I can already figure out my character from here. Oh, I'm already envisioning it.
All right. So who wants to be healer? Now the healer isn't necessarily one exact job. It's just whoever can heal.
You know, honestly, we don't even need a healer. Just someone who can cast hydropist spells. It doesn't even need to be dedicated. You could even have a huntsman skill that heals, I
Okay,
believe.
check. Quick question.
Yes.
Try if you can connect to the server right now, or
Okay.
if I need to give you a new server ID.
Nope, connection failed.
Okay. Gonna send you a new server ID.
I hope you all are like ready for like a 2-hour campaign here, because this might take a while.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter because if we don't finish it for whatever reason, you can save the campaigns just as a normal game and then jump in at another time. I've done that many times.
I'm in. It's loading right now. Just curious, just to see how well you guys are going to be playing it. What PC hardware are you all running?
I am running a generic motherboard for Asus with 16 gigabytes of RAM with the Core i5 with a 1050 GFX graphics card. It's a GeForce NVIDIA, along with a Thermo Master, I think, Mandalorian-looking PC case.
Oh, interesting.
With a 1x1 foot fan next to it, mind you.
I can already tell I'm gonna like you throughout this entire campaign. I can already tell. I'm like loving you right now.
So let's see if everybody should have the new server ID.
Yeah, I have
Wheels. What hardware are you running?
Let's just say I'm not running a toaster, man.
Okay, so let's just imagine he's playing at low to very low settings here.
No, you bullshitting. I got fucking 1080 Ti, fucking i7 67K.
God damn! Fucking 200K. You're my friend. Goddamn.
Okay, listen up. If you are in combat rules applied. If you want to do something special, for example,
You
you're
have to request
fighting.
it.
Yeah, you are fighting, for example,
So-
a enemy on the tower, and you say, I want to push him down from the tower. You're gonna do a strength check, and depending on your strength check, you either succeed in pushing down the enemy from the tower, and then something else happens, or not. Be
Good.
creative. If you have a creative way to destroy an enemy that is not possible, just say it and we roll for it, but you have to then forfeit your action no matter the roll.
Can I
So,
quickly add
like,
you guys all as
let-
friends and do
Like,
something?
let's say we're fighting an enemy, and I just say I want to go up and hug for it. You roll for that, and if it's a successful roll, then
Absolutely.
then yes, something happens. Like let's say we're fighting a bear, and I say I want to go I want to go up and give the bear a little bit of a hug, just a tiny hug, nothing too strong.
Yeah, you would
Too strong.
do a finesse check first to see if you can even reach the bear, and then it would depend if if you have some kind of a charm, if you have pet talk, that would actually define if you are actually successful or
Oh,
not.
we're all ready. Oh, here we go, boys.
So what
And
kind of class is everybody playing?
I'm gonna go rogue, just because I'm the lizard and I'm doing my rogue voice. Let me.
I went to Wharf to go tank because I got more health.
Oh fuck yeah!
It's 30.
What is it? GM, do you want to do your own little voices and stuff for the characters? God damn it, GeForce! I do not want to download a driver.
Yes, you do.
Not right now.
Didn't you know that you want to download a driver
Yes,
right now?
I want to download a driver.
I wouldn't download that driver. I had issues after I downloaded that driver.
I feel like I should, because Battlefront 2 does give me a lot of problems when I play it. And it has occasionally affected other games. Like, for instance, whenever I first downloaded the driver for Battlefront 2, Overwatch stopped running at 144 and ran only at 100 frames a second, which isn't a big difference to most people, but it was to me.
So do we have an elf and I'm going human, or?
Yeah, I guess I'm going elf.
Is it?
What should I go? Should I go? Should I go wizard or battle mage? All right.
Ah, yes.
I could
I see it now.
go cleric paladin-ish.
Okay, how about I go conjurer elf? How's that sound?
I am going as a rogue lizard.
Oh.
Okay, when the game officially starts is when we all do our donner voices.
So basically, for role-playing reasons, you all know each other. You have been together for quite a while. You have mastered some adventures, and you're coming back to a town to celebrate the harvest fest. And then something goes wrong. So it's basically your hometown. So you already know your surroundings. You already know the people and why you're there. It makes it easier than to say, "Oh, you don't know each other. Now salute each other. Hello, I am Bibblewolf the dwarf. Hello." You know, it makes it easier to roleplay.
Okay. So conjurer it is.
Oh, there we
I'll
go
take
with the pet army.
leadership.
There we go with the pet army. Oh, and whenever you cast Encourage, you have to give a Shakespearean speech, like something "once more into the breach, my friends," or "boobies for all," or whatever it's on your mind. Has to be different every time. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I think we should do that. I think we should.
That's because I'm the human, is why you're saying we should.
Okay.
And by the way, you're gonna encounter one or two one or two merchants. They're there, you know, so you can decide how many potions you want. I'm not gonna role playing that one. That is just at the beginning, so that you can actually, you know, polish up your character.
Okay.
All right, so tags. I'm gonna go ahead and give myself Pet Pal. Pet Pal on.
Listen up. You can use Pet Ball, but it's definitely you're not gonna encounter somebody where you're gonna need Pet Ball. Lore Master, that you will need.
Okay, so I won't be needing. Okay, good. Then in which case, that's an interesting tag. Escapist. I can. Let's do that. Instruments. Let's do the cello.
Is there any other instrument?
Wait, I still have points to spend. What?
That might be a bug. Don't worry about it.
No, you have points to spend because you're a higher level starting out.
No, I know. I spent those points, but do I not? Do I have some more to spend?
Yeah, that's a known bug since the last patch.
Oh, it's a bug. So even though you spend all your points, it's still.
Yeah. But
Okay,
you're
so
in game. Somebody.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're done?
Oh,
Yes.
someone just left.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Oh,
Wiz.
yeah, it was Wheels. Okay. Well, we can do it without him, right?
Yeah, we can do it without it. He didn't say anything anyway.
Yeah, he was very non-talkative. If anyone else joins, then he can just take his place.
Yeah, we kind of. I think the group is quite fun right now.
We can think of something to let him join.
Yeah. Let me see if Cthulhu is actually.
I'm liking my lizard, dude. I'm liking him. All right, so I'm now going to don the voice. No, wrong voice. Now I'm going to don the voice of my lizard. Something of a rogue. No, wait, there's still dwarvish. Hold on. I'm going to don the voice of my lizard. I'm a rogue, coming back from a recent adventure. Here now to celebrate in the town for the Harvest Festival with my fellow adventurers. I've only been on a few quests with them in the past, but they're worthy nonetheless, however inferior they are to my race. Oh, I also forgot to mention, my character is somewhat of a racist.
Oh, that's fine.
Perfect. I believe all races inferior to that of lizards.
I generally never liked. Anybody of you ever played EverQuest?
Yes.
Heard of it.
Oh, so well, you're gonna try to find the priestess of Tunari, so you might see some words in the campaign that very familiar to you if you played EverQuest.
Hold
Best
on.
MMO
Who the hell are we waiting on to start the campaign?
Sorry.
It's
Don't
all
worry.
right. Just tell us when you're getting close to being ready.
I'm
You
trying to
played-
figure out what instrument I should have.
God damn it.
You played PvE or
I
PvP
usually
server
like Oud. So
on EverQuest?
I was a PvE server.
alright.
Oh,
My
okay.
character is done. Viridian.
Yeah. My wife
The
would
wizard.
play PvE
My name
servers.
is Vaporis.
Yeah,
If you're
it's
wondering why, I have by my side at me at all times a small machine that allows me to inhale vapors.
I am the vapor. Okay, so now everybody's ready. I can see your ugly faces.
Good God.
Oi!
You all
My
are,
face
the both
is
of you
not
are idiots. I,
Debatable.
on the other hand, look extremely beautiful compared to you two mongoloids.
I'll have you know, I am the best.
Okay,
You honestly
starting.
somebody look like somebody hit your face with a hot shovel. Good God. If anyone slept with you, it'd be a... Oh, hold on. All right. GM, would you do the honor of reading this for us?
Yes. The town of Seasplit is getting ready for the Harvest Fest. As you stroll the streets, you hear rumors that the priestess of Tunari hasn't arrived yet for the blessing of the harvest. A courier finds you.
I
The
don't know what's
sovereign
going
of
on, man.
Seasplit, Baron Hans Record, summons you to meet him at his estate. And as you walk to the estate, you have been summoned to the Baron a couple of times. You have done some deeds for him in the past, so you know your way. And as you enter the estate, the guards just waves you in.
Good. Perhaps we can make some more gold on this. For you see, since the lizards are superior, I can sweet talk this woman. We are the best lovers after all.
How much longer are we going to put up with the lizard?
As you walk into the estate, the guards inform you that the Baron is actually waiting for you in his garden. You can see that a merchant has arrived some time ago, and they're unloading different wares and different goods, obviously for the Harvest Fest that is going to take part in the estate.
Ah, yes. Very good. My friends, before we talk to said merchant or this merchant, might I suggest an idea on how to make just a little bit more gold, or perhaps gain some more wares for a rather discounted price?
You, as always, never forget about money. You're too materialistic.
Well, I have an idea. why don't you distract the merchant and I
Fantarin.
use my powers of being a self-proclaimed master thief, and I will simply look through his wagon, find anything useful, and be out of there before anyone has a chance to steal it. Also, by the way, might I say, my friend, that feather looks incredibly stupid and will not help in combat at all.
It channels Magica. Little would you know, you are so... What do I call it? Oh yes. Unscholarly.
Careful, God approaches.
A guard approaches you and makes a quick salute and basically.
Hello, my friend God. How is the festival going for you? Is everything safe?
The guards recognizes you, and you recognize him. He's one of the Baron's house guards, and you clashed a little bit in the past, especially since he knows that you are a little bit of a long finger. So he dismisses your greetings and says something. Stop the chatting. Just follow me to my master.
Well then,
very well.
let's get to it.
Out of character, what I've talked before, working without mods, you see the animation there? That is from the mod, and I'm not using it. So
What animation?
you don't see the worker working?
Oh, I do.
Yes, he is
Wow.
indeed working hard for a little penny. What
The
a
guard-
fool.
The guard steps in front of the Baron. He salutes him and he says, "Sire, these are the people you asked for." He makes a quick salute and steps away. The Baron himself is around 50 years old. He turns around and you have seen his face many, many times, and you're always impressed of the commanding presence that this man has. There are rumors of his past that you have heard many times, that he'd done some heroic deeds because he wasn't born a noble in his lands. He became a baron because of his deeds. He turns around and looks at you and says, "Well, that's a nice sight for sore eyes to see, especially in these times. How are you, good chaps?"
Well, I could be doing better. My pockets feel a little light, if you catch my drift.
Otherwise, we just returned from a very long trip across the country in which was based on a hunch that he found in a local bar, which he called it a treasure map. We went through a hellish land, and from all of that, we found out that someone else was there before us.
Okay, first of all, I had no idea that. Okay, whatever. Just we'll
Baron-
talk about it later. For now, we
the-
have a mission.
I
The
am doing
Baron-
great, my lord. The lizard dishonors himself like usual.
Okay, fuck
The
you.
Baron holds up one of his hands, like signaling, "Oh, give me a second. Hello, Cthulhu."
Oh, is this a dwarf friend? Finally, after his
I'm not.
oh, never mind.
I'm not a stinking dwarf.
Okay. Quickly, before it takes too long, you want to join us? We just started. It's a different
Yeah.
campaign.
Yeah, that's fine. I got to open up.
Let me
Okay.
quickly give you the server ID.
Well, it seems our late party adventurer seems to be joining us. Perhaps we should put this conversation on hold and allow him to join us.
As soon as Cthulhu has joined, I would give a quick resume what happened and now, and we're gonna play it out so you don't have to. He's one of the guys that joins you later. Okay?
Well, very well.
There's
I arrived fashionably late.
exactly.
Oh, please
You
tell me
know-
you're going to be the drunk wizard.
I'm very down to play the drunk wizard.
Oh my god, yes.
Okay. Let me wait till you join and then I'll give you a
Alright,
quick.
you know what?
sit
I'm
rep.
in my own room. I don't need the stupid medicine mask on anymore.
I came to drink booze and throw fire. Wait, what kind of wait? Do I have a character already, or am I gonna be
No.
put in
You can-
with
you can
whatever I
create.
want?
I think you're gonna you accept no undead.
Wow, that waterfall looks so
Okay,
real.
Limitations.
Wow.
Yeah. The only limitation. So let me give you a quick sit rep. Cthulhu.
Yeah,
You're
what's the sit, Ron?
Yeah, you're gonna start slot at level 5. You are a somehow experienced adventurer group that went back to their hometown for the Harvest Fest. And while there, you heard rumors that the priestess that was that the city was waiting for to bless the harvest haven't come yet. The Baron of the city that you know from past adventurers summoned you to his estate to talk with you about it, and that's where the gentlemen are. Right?
Out of character. No doing that. We agreed not to do the fucking
No,
stuff.
I don't have anything in thievery, so even if I were wanting to, it wouldn't allow me.
Yeah, remember,
The,
GM
the
can
party
check your
is full.
Okay,
What is this tomfoolery?
No.
so we're gonna keep playing this out, and you can inform the player when he arrives before you go back, before you move on to the next plot.
Rock. Exists.
So since I'm joining late, it keeps telling me the party's full.
You'll have to click on character reroll so it opens up to where people can rejoin. Then we can just hit accept and he can make his character.
Oh, okay. Is that a new feature?
All right. I guess we're reloading.
Oh, perfect.
So since I'm coming in late, am I gonna be just someone that they picked up, so I'm not part of their original party
you are
of
part of the
adventurers?
You are part of the original party.
Oh, can you guys like find me drunk in an alley? Like I've been supposed to meet up with y'all for a while, and I was too drunk.
Oh yes, that does seem like
Join in.
out of character. That's right. Oh yeah, that
So
does
that's
actually seem like a good idea.
So if you don't
Yeah, so I
all
just
our-
like was passed out in an alley, too drunk to function. when the adventure started, in preparation for the adventure, I missed the adventure.
I'm gonna go grab myself some tea, but I will be still able to communicate. So worry not.
Good. This is already an incredible amount of fun right now. Like
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
By the way-
this is how I wish games were.
Yeah.
By the
Side
way, there
note, every Friday night I'm part of a group for Loruna campaign. It's a tabletop on Roll20. If anyone is wanting to join a campaign for that, we're looking for players.
I would love to.
It's
I
a
am
wildly
almost
different
always-
combat system than what you may be used to. Basically, when
Is
you
it
make
the
your rolls,
RPG?
yeah, like when you make your rolls, you generate cap if you pass your rolls, and whatever additional amount you have left over past whatever your minimum was to make the roll, you accrue cap, which is basically like combat points that you can spend to change your abilities or add special effects or
Would that be combat
add
action
additional-
points?
that would be combat action points. Yes, if you're
Okay.
familiar with
Now,
that.
This sounds a lot like the RPG standard, not the D&D, but the RPG.
Yeah, well, it spawns from Odam. I don't know if you've ever played.
I have not.
Odam.
Can't say I've ever even heard that. So
I was gonna say it sounds more like a Pathfinder rules almost.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. But yeah, it's basically like a world where you have a character in the real world, and you have your dreamscape character, which your character can basically be from any dreamscape you want in the real world. But in the dreamscape for the campaign, it's Loruna. It's its own entire universe or whatever.
So
I'll let the GM explain more.
who all agrees this game should very clearly be game of the year?
figured out why my game's been lagging so hard. Or my
Because,
Discord's been lagging so hard.
This game is, in all honesty, I haven't put more hours into a game this fast. I'm pretty sure since I originally bought Skyrim. Like beat it once and got a very shitty ending because I kind of talked to the doctor.
No spoilers,
And
please. I haven't played it yet.
okay. Shit. Okay.
I've put roughly 250 hours into Divinity. Just playing.
200. The original Divinity. Okay.
No, this one.
Wait,
Hey,
250 hours and you still
are
haven't
you
completed it?
It's called completionist.
I know
what
what
is
he.
your
I
name?
know what he means.
I haven't even played the campaign. I've only played around with the editor and with the GM mode.
Oh, so you want?
Fandarin.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be cool if I use my same name from the other campaign we're doing? Do you care?
Sure, of course.
Okay.
Go
Well,
ahead.
just a little insight. The two must have partners. If you choose to have partners, are in most definitely Fane and Losa. Because you might think Sibel's a good choice, but her quests are incredibly boring.
Okay.
Obviously, the 4 slot can be a throwaway character. I prefer the Red Prince because he honestly gets some of the most character development, and it kind of also almost makes him feel like a brother to you by the time you finish it if you have good attitude with him.
I prefer Ifin. He's my favorite companion.
Yeah, but if you
Sword
if you
is
play a
great.
character of the opposite sex, he starts like hitting on you from start one.
Oh, I know. Hell yeah, I do that shit when I play a woman.
Okay.
We bump
This
uglies.
isn't too spoilery because it's just something you can do in the game at one point. But in Driftwood, the prostitute that you can talk to, if you talk to the prostitute as an undead or Fane, your world doesn't explode in ecstasy, but her world or his world explodes in ecstasy.
Huh?
Okay.
So I'm totally only like 50 years old, which is young for an elf, but I look like I'm like 800 from my drinking.
Okay.
Good. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start.
I'm the
No.
jerky
I'm
angry
I'm still
paladin that
making this character.
always tries to keep the rogue from doing bad stuff, and it's just a pain in the butt to play with.
Ah, yes, you asshole. I told you the old woman, she didn't need it.
Cthulhu, I'm gonna try something with your character because you want to be found in the alley. So when you log in, I'm gonna deactivate your character so you won't be able to control it. And I've already prepared the alley, so when the rest of the party moves on before they go on the quest and they go looking for you, I'm going to load up the alley, put your character there, drunk and knocked out, so you can play out the Jesuit.
Oh, by the way, we are doing GM, are you gonna do voices or are you just gonna do your normal voice?
I'd rather have you play things out because there are not too many NPCs. I'm more
okay,
the
that's fine.
narrator. Okay, I'm not good with voices.
No, you're good. You're good. I just thought it would make it a little bit more interesting, to hear.
I already sound like a Klingon had sex with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So
Okay. How about this? If we're fighting a creature, how about you occasionally do a little like voice?
Oh yeah.
that I can do.
Is this campaign very combat heavy? Because I'm taking talents that fit my character and not really that are helpful. Like, I love to eat because I get drunk all the time, so I have 5-star diner, and I talk to animals in my drunken stupor. So
God, dude, your character is like copying me in real life.
Well, yeah, because it's not a campaign in the classical sense. There will be some combat because it is an adventure. There will be combat.
Yeah. I mean, is it like really combat heavy? Like I need to take skills that are going to be helpful, or else we're going to all die a terrible death.
No, I make non-optimal D&D characters all the time.
Yeah,
I made some damage skill. I didn't make mine mainly damage based, but I am a rook. Keep in mind.
It is not my my policy to force players to be only combat oriented. I'm gonna adjust the combat to the group, not the other way around.
I'll always
This is
remember
perfect.
it's like D&D. Anything
I'm
can
loving
happen
this
within
character
the realm of possibility.
already. I haven't even making him, and I fucking love this character already.
Yeah, we're gonna do things like the other campaign that we played, when the guy threw the dwarf from the tower and he fell on another dwarf and that dwarf fell on the boss and
Yeah,
killed him.
yeah.
Something
Oh
like
my
that.
god, that I thought I took a screenshot of it and I didn't, so I'm really pissed off that
Yeah,
Okay,
that
I
was
didn't
funny
catch
as
that
hell.
moment.
So are we just gonna?
Yeah. Did you tell them about that?
Mm-mm. I didn't.
So yeah, we're in this huge ass fight. Like if like the kind of fight where like we didn't know if we were gonna make it out alive or not. And we have a guy on top of a like a giant like tower, wooden tower platform with another enemy dwarf or whatever, and there's a dwarf below him, and then that dwarf is standing next to a small hill, and there's the like the main enemy that's gonna fucking wreck our faces below that. So I was
Sounds interesting.
yeah, so we were like, push him off the tower. So I told him to push him off, and then someone else was like, yeah, he should totally land on that dwarf and knock that dwarf off and have that dwarf land on the enemy, whatever, at the bottom of the hill. And GM was like, you know what? If he rolls a crit on this finesse check, I'll do that. And sure as shit, he rolls a crit on that check.
Morphine is on.
He knocks a dwarf.
Yes.
He knocks the dwarf onto the other dwarf, instantly kills that dwarf, knocks the other one down for like 7 turns. That dead dwarf falls on the main enemy, knocks him down for 5 turns, like all in one move for 1 action point.
Yeah.
That's
It was amazing.
that's why
Yeah.
I love.
Why does that seem like something that would come out of a Looney Tune?
That's why I love this type of stuff, because anything can happen. As long as it stays relatively sane, and we're talking like fantasy RPG, so nearly limitless possibilities here, boys.
Look,
As long as-
I'm just gonna tell you something. The first campaign I played on Divinity was on the release day, on GM mode, and
that was fast.
yeah, I love being a GM since Neverwinter Night days. So the final fight was against a dragon, and one of the group said, "I'm not gonna fight the dragon. I'm gonna try to, to sweet talk to the dragon."
Oh,
So he spent
Oh my
all
God.
his time, he spent his rounds just sweet talking to the dragons while the rest of the group was fighting it. Finally, he rolled a crit, and I said, "All right." The dragon basically falls in love with you, and he climbs on the dragon and flies away. That was after a 7-hour adventure.
My opinion, I would have told the dragon, turn on my friends and let me steal their shit.
No, it was a romantic ending, but the rest of the group was,
I
oh,
feel
that
like
was
the
great.
dragon would like become stalkerish since it was a crit, and he'd come back crawling like, "What have I done, man? She's following me everywhere."
Are we
Oh,
gonna
she
be able
is
to
a
buy
cat.
level 2 spells when we when we start, or do I need to just pick all my spells from the level 1s?
I'm gonna drop some skill books.
Okay.
Just tell
Okay.
me.
Um,
Did your voice change?
the voice changes.
Morphine is off.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
I
for
was gonna-
in-game use.
I was gonna say, if you want to do voice change for your elf, dude, that would actually be really immersive.
I
I mean,
don't
like,
I don't
what I was
have
planning on
voice
doing.
installed
So-
right now.
Check. Quick question. Cthulhu, how much time do you need?
I should be pretty much done. I just got to pick my instrument. Can I have an
Okay.
instrument when I start out?
Like the physical one?
A lute? Yeah, like a lute. I'm a drunken elven whatever.
I don't know.
A
bard.
drunk elf.
I'd say
That
elf
is-
is
elf
perfect for a
bard.
drunk elf.
I
I'm a
don't know how
drunken
far you
elven
can
bard.
fall.
So yeah,
I'd
like
say
if
a
I
lute
could
is
get like
perfect.
just a lute when I start.
I don't. Are there items like loot in game?
Yeah.
There's
They
a
do
lute,
exist. Yeah.
Okay. So if it's in the database, I'm gonna give you one.
Okay.
All right.
So let's
I
just go and try and do it.
am done
Alright, so
skis.
we're starting off.
Alright,
We're starting where
here.
we left off.
Yeah, don't tell me nothing unless it's like in character. I don't know
You
unless
also
like
have to
the
give
bare
him
minimum that I
600
need to
bucks.
know.
Yeah. From now on, we speak.
Speaking in
just-
character.
Okay, so let's just walk back to where we were after that brief yet awkward pause in the entire conversation. It seemed as if time stopped itself. Oddly enough.
No, time didn't. You don't have to walk anywhere. You have a GM.
Ah, true. That's right.
Let me.
Time did not
And the-
stop. In fact, I think I'm having
Time-
hallucinations from that Durden pipe earlier.
The durian pipe. Did you just say
Dude,
durian pipe?
Durden. I don't know how to pronounce it. You see, I wasn't very
Durden?
educated as a young salamander. I don't know how to say it.
And you.
I don't even know what you're trying to say.
Okay, I'm gonna unpause now. You're standing in front of the Baron.
Good.
You have been talking to him. Veremos, you're not there. As
yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool to just chill
Your
until my character shows
is
up. No rush.
deactivated. So, the Baron listens to your banter between you, and you see a little smile on his face. It reminds him of the days when he met you the first time, and he's somehow happy that nothing about this changed. But then his face is, gets serious again, and he asks you to stop and listen. And that this is a man of authority, so you should listen to him when he starts talking. As he waits till all of you are silent, he starts saying, "You have all known that the Harvest Fest is upon us, and I've sent to the Temple of Tunari for them to send us a priestess to bless the harvest. One of my captains and 4 of my men took the high road to Middlewood to escort the priestess here, and it has been 3 days, and I haven't heard anything. We have still people pouring into town, so I can't send more of my guards, and I would ask you, my dear friends, to do the deed and go back to the high road in direction of Middlewood and find out what is the delay of the priestess." He crosses his arms as he tells you that, and as he sees that you are all silent, he smiles again and says, "As always, there will be a reward for your time."
A reward, you say? Very well.
And there he goes.
I then caress the arm of the Baron, saying, "Perhaps I could get a more high or special reward."
I shove his face back, saying, "We'll take whatever you got."
All right, listen here, you wench, as I draw one of my daggers to her throat. You're right. And then I just put my dagger away.
So let's do. The Baron smiles at you and says, "You can have a higher reward if we can put back the prison sentence I overlooked the last time you were here. You know, that incident."
Oh yes, that
Demon
thing. We don't talk about that much, or we
You're
shouldn't
always
at
getting
least.
yourself into trouble.
Well, I can't help it. I love shiny things. I mean, look at my armor. It's
Hey, I quickly grab his bag.
just
I go to snatch his bag.
what
Can I roll for that?
you winch. Fine.
The Baron stops you in your track again and says, "As much as I love your bantering, but I have still duties to attend to. Will you do me the favor? Yes or no?"
Well, of course. Why would we not help? Especially when there's money involved.
Yes, it's been far too long since I've been back to the temple, and I'll help in any way I can.
As for me, something like this is definitely I'm interested. It's mainly just because of the fact that lost souls are always damned until they can find their way to the light.
The Baron looks at you a little bit confused, but as you know from the past that the Baron and elves in general don't get along because he's not of noble upbringing, and his education is, well, let's say the
Lackluster.
Baron is more a street smart guy rather than a university guy. And he says, "Very well. Then then it's hang on, something is wrong. Okay, there we go. Very well. Then you know what you have to do. Just if you see any kinds of trouble, let me know. Send a message, or do would you yourself. But I need this priestess here in 2 days.
I'm curious what happens in 2 days.
The Baron looks at you a little bit confused and said, "The Harvest Fest started. But you know how the people are, how suspicious they are."
I then smack the elf upside the head, saying, "How could you be so stupid? That is the exact reason we came here."
It sounds like we should get.
I was told that there was a priestess, and I kind of ignored everything else he said, like usual.
Oh, that too.
The Baron looks at his guard and makes a little sign that it's obviously,
Get over
the
here.
the time for talking is over. And the same guard that greeted you at the gate comes over to you and says, "Yes, my liege," and he signals you to follow him back out of the garden.
What was the button to do? I don't remember that button.
Just follow the damn god.
I want to trip the lizard on the stairs.
You.
That would be mean. And you know what? In order to help prevent that, you move faster and easier.
Why have you just
The guard,
done that,
the guard-
Lord?
the guard turns around and says, "Listen up. There are some traders over there. Maybe they have something useful for you to trade. However," and he looks especially at the human, "I'm gonna watch you." And he walks off.
Oh, I wonder why he hates you. After all, I'm the thief. I mean, rogue.
Mm-hmm. Hello, ma'am.
Paladin that keeps you out of trouble. Maybe that's why he was looking at.
So, traders, I'm not going to roleplay the traders. You can just right click on them. They should be,
Yeah.
they should be able to trade.
Oh,
They're
wow.
just there to polish a little bit your own character.
Well,
And
they
I'm
don't
gonna
have
look
anything good. I'm just kidding.
No, they don't. Would be too easy. I'm gonna look for that one.
But they do have this. Oh, I'm taking it. So,
How do I
Right
talk
click
to the
and
trader?
trade.
Right click and trade? It says trader is busy.
Yeah, then somebody else is already talking to the trader. The only
Okay, I'll
server
talk to the
has
male
the-
trader.
yes, alright. But I want that so much. I guess I can't
Veremos.
afford it.
I've given you a loot in your inventory.
Ew, you have mackerel?
Yes.
You know how disgusting that actually is? Gross. Oh, but the potato, I could do something with that. By the gods, man. Your healing potions. Are you trying to rob me? Very well. I'll just buy some water. Our other adventurer may need it after his endeavors.
I can
Speaking
legit
of
only
which,
buy
where is
one
he
thing.
going?
Okay, I'll just buy this then. Thanks, whoever your name was. I forgot. Sorry. Oh well. Why did her attitude just plummet with
Yeah,
you?
I got a bunch of negative attitude on her as a trader.
He's getting. It seems as if these traders do not like you. I told you my lizardly charms were above average. I give the female trader a very sly look as I brush across her arm. Do you think you could lower the prices from someone as tall and dashing as myself, dear?
She giggles.
Ah,
Oh
very
wow,
well.
that's
Vaporoni?
Oh, out of character. Yeah, I was looking at my vape when I made it. So
who's extra classes?
Vape Nation.
That's Veremos, but he's drunk in the alley waiting for you guys.
Brother. No, I'm just kidding.
What you,
Okay,
what you have to imagine that if we actually would be playing on the table, you wouldn't be running around that much with your own character, because you would actually be talking. So that is what a lot of people don't understand when they play GM mode for the first time. They run around, try to explore like it is the game.
Exactly. That's why I only walk or
Hello,
character.
Mr.
Exactly.
Bull.
That's. Oh yes,
Are
that's
you
right.
full of bullshit? I bet you.
Oh, so you're the one with the good goods. Good goods. I am sorry for my awkward conversation. I am handsome, but not
I have
good
no
with
diplomacy.
much of this. Ah, you have very good wares, my dear. Well, let's take a look at this.
Her eyes are up there.
Interesting. Why don't I just take something a little... Ah. Oh, that's a bit too expensive for me, dear, but perhaps I could take something... Perfect.
The traders
Yes.
basically indicate that they're gonna be here for a while. So
Well, my dear, this is a hefty sum. However, for someone as gloriously beautiful as yourself, I would not mind buying this from you.
she
Thank you,
gave,
my dear.
I really want to make it rain right on top of that caravan just to fuck with it. That would be me.
So if you're ready, you remember you still have a fourth person in your party that you have to look for.
Ah, yes, where is that stupid drunken elf?
Well, if he's
He's
in an
always
alleyway,
running
I
around
doubt
doing
he's
something.
here.
So if you already go back to the gate, and we're gonna continue.
Can we go back
swear
into
to
town,
God,
into
if
Littlewood?
another
Are
alley-
these the only traders in the area?
Right now, yes.
Shit. Curse my drunken tomfoolery.
So as you leave the estate of the Baron,
Tomfoolery.
you go through the very busy streets of Seasplit looking for your elfish friend before you go to the high road. You start looking into the more common taverns and you don't find it there except some barkeepers who told you that he's been thrown out. So you go to the, let's say, less reputable parts of town when you suddenly in an alley.
By the gods, this place is disgusting. Even more disgusting than my mother-in-law's home.
Oh, between
Okay,
the two
that
of
brings
you, I
up
don't know
several
why I bother
questions.
sticking around.
Boss.
Yeah, pause is always when the GM has to prepare something. And gonna prepare.
Are you gonna douse him with infinite drunkenism? Because that is a thing.
Better not smell like the crap alcohol. However, if he smells of rum or perhaps even a little bit of bourbon or whiskey,
Oh my
maybe
lord,
I can
he's
tolerate him.
already.
Oh yeah, out of character, would it be safe to assume that I probably have copious amounts of alcohol for my travels in my inventory?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna give you that when you roleplay the situation.
Give him like
Okay, yeah, that's
give
fine.
him like 12 bottles of like basic crappy mead.
I don't drink that crappy shit. What are you, woman?
All you can afford.
For 600 gold, I could afford you. Sorry, that's the alcohol talking.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, it may not have been 600 gold, but for free, me and her got a little frisky one night. I did not enjoy it the next morning.
You know, sometimes I
That
wonder
was
if
mostly from the
we're-
alcohol.
Her face and body was only slightly bearable.
Where's it?
You know what would succeed better in this situation? If we had someone more noble of standard in our party. Maybe not this lizard, but maybe a
Is that
certain
not a
grand
Wandor?
prince.
That cock-blocking piece of shit. I mean, my best friend.
Say
Wandor,
again?
you are from a noble descent, are you not?
The game is still paused for me. Okay. Let's say, if it was. I am just nearly done with you.
Oh, there once was a
My God.
winch
Oh, is that...
in
Oh,
my
my God, this is disgusting.
Oh, he pissed me.
Let's wake him up.
party. Hello.
And
What
toss him a
are
little
you
water.
doing? Oh, my God.
Ah, God.
Friends, and the woman. Hello.
I'm gonna be
I'm-
Pick yourself up, man. We have some stuff to do. And
Well,
we need to earn.
We got something to do, and there's a lot of beer when it's done.
I'm not falling for your shite again.
Gross.
I didn't ask for this sobriety. What?
So
A drink.
sobriety is probably our best option right now.
Nice.
I-
Forced sobriety on a drunk
I-
person.
Okay, but seriously, we need to get moving. There is a, what is it? A priestess?
Yes, let us onward to adventure.
So,
Why do you
as you
all
find,
insist on healing him, even though he's drunk?
you finally found your friend, and you've woken him up barely from his drunkenness, and you make your way to the high road. The high road is one of the many roads that's main trading roads that leads to Sea Split.
You know, one thing I realized that we never discussed with Cthulhu, what his class is going to be, because I just realized we are the same class.
I make my own decisions
I thought you were totally going to be a wizard.
for the
but
most
nope.
part.
So you slowly,
I could definitely use some equipment.
Sobriety?
No.
Definitely
It's
sobriety.
part of my casting style. I cannot cast sober. It comes with great power comes great.
You do realize
drunkenness.
you don't have any perks that make your sobriety make your spells more effective. Instead, it actually affects them and makes them worse.
I think it's funny when he's drunk.
I don't need any more lectures from you, woman. This
It's
isn't
these
this
lectures
isn't why I
that
woke
are the
up.
only thing that keep
Not a
you from
squirrel.
waking up in the middle of a swamp
No,
as
that's not a squirrel.
a flesh
They're
sacrifice for a
rabbits.
cult.
I like rabbits, especially the cute ones.
Oh my god. It's like talking to a brick wall with these people.
as you
A drink to celebrate my consciousness.
as you
Wanderer,
make
can
your
you do
way,
me a
Steal the
favor?
drink from his
Knock him
hand,
out.
taking a swig for myself. This is
check. You have made your way out of the Sea Split while you are arguing, and you're traveling up towards the east, towards Middlewood on the high road. It starts to rain. The weather gets a little bit colder, and nothing happens on the road except that while you're walking, suddenly in front of you, you see something suspicious.
That looks suspicious. Suspicious.
Okay,
Suspicious.
since I'm coughing
thing.
so much, I'm just gonna go with the fact that I'm secretly dying.
It's fine. I feel what? No.
Adventure.
Is that?
Oh!
I live for adventure.
Yes.
So as you walk
Prelude.
up, you find two dead bodies that have the same uniform as the barrel
Prelude.
guards.
Nothing but bones and flesh.
Okay, everyone,
I can't
hold
handle
up. Hold up. Okay, 1, these are Baron cards. 2, where is that blood trail leading?
You can see that the guards, talking about the blood trail, that one of the guards seems to have been killed right there where you're standing, and something or somebody dragged the guards toward the position while something was hacking at it. There are some limbs missing, some fingers. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, clearly
Can I
we're
wonderful.
do
dealing with
a-
a cannibal
can I-
of some
can I
sort
do
here,
it?
so I'm going to mosey on out of this situation because I do not want to get eaten.
I'm gonna do a drunken squirrel call.
I'm gonna go up on
Okay.
this hill and look all around.
All right. So the first thing to note is one. I don't know what everyone else is doing except for like fucking around. But the
I'm
real
taking
thing
a
that we need to
piece
be
over
looking
by
at
this
here.
tree, you wench.
I'm
there-
actually doing a
Hang
squirrel
on.
call a squirrel. Drunken.
You fail to see something around.
Okay. So can I do a roll for what would it be? What would it be? What's the roll that you do in order to be able to like notice details? I forget
You
what
would
that's-
do a wits roll.
a wits roll.
Yeah.
Can I do a wits roll?
It's pointless anyways. She's an idiot.
Wow. I have a 10.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
As you look at the corpses, you can see that they have been killed, not by slash weapons or by blunt force, but they have several small but deep stabbing wounds, especially on the body parts where they have no armor. So something or somebody killed them by stabbing them and knowing exactly where to stab.
So we're dealing with a rogue.
Well, very
Okay,
smart.
it was
Everyone-
with me. You were all with me for the past 2 days. It cannot.
I
I
wasn't.
don't believe you killed the Baron.
How am I
Guardian.
to know it wasn't you? I wasn't with you for the past.
Okay, first of all, these
24
other two
hours.
with me, you were in a drunken stupor.
Oh, shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! You're always
Wait.
arguing. Shut up!
I checked the body looking for some extra evidence of anything. Roll for luck
Okay.
Roll.
to see if they have any extra hidden objects within their arms or perhaps even boots.
Okay,
So-
a bigger
So,
concern here.
out of character, how do I roll?
I'm gonna
He's gotta
do
give
both.
it to you.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm-
Out of character, real quick. I forgot to mention something about my character that I think would be
Ah,
cool. I have Lucky Charm. I took Lucky Charm. Can I make it so that sometimes I can look in my pockets if I make a roll and find something really useful, like that I luckily found on
Yes.
my person? Because I don't
Yes.
always know what I have, but sometimes most of the time it just fails.
Yes, you're gonna tell me. I'm gonna look and what you hope to find, and then we're gonna roll if you find it or if you find something useless, and I'm gonna put that
Yeah.
item into your inventory.
Okay.
So as you look
yes.
through the corpses, you find a little bit of money that one of them still had in his pocket, and you can conclude that
What
they
did you?
were not
did you find?
robbed.
Interesting. So,
Okay.
Oh,
so
I'm
can
sorry.
I say something? Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I've been trying to talk this entire time, but I keep getting talked over, and it's
I
really
apologize.
hard to say anything. So, what I've been trying to say is that the rogues killed them. His body was dragged out to the road. They weren't robbed. There's only two possibilities at this point. First
was the lizard.
possibility. There was
It could
someone
not have
else
been
here
me.
who was
Let her
taken and
finish.
kidnapped. Or they were killed and dragged out here as a distraction and were in the middle of a trap.
A trap, you say?
Oh, come on,
But
think
where?
about it. The
Well-
priestess goes missing, the Baron sends us, and then the Baron guards are dead on the same trail that we are walking on, and it's raining, and the blood is still fresh, and they haven't been robbed, and there's deep gash wounds. Only a rogue would do this, and only a rogue is smart enough to ambush us.
You know,
I resent that
this wench
statement.
may be an idiot, but she may be right.
By the gods, she figured it out. Who would have
As you-
guessed?
As you were talking among yourselves, you didn't notice that behind the stone hill that the human was standing before, creatures suddenly appear, and they seem to look like little puppets. They are made out of woods, and they are made out of wood, and there are little carvings like runes all over their body. They're holding, for their size, big daggers, and they make a clacking sound like a laughing skeleton going while they attack.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's the situation you're in right now.
Okay, so who else wants to say? I called it.
Ow! Ah! That hurt.
Okay,
What?
so I think it's about time that we take charge of this situation.
Swear to God.
For honor.
Oh, stuff, Your Honor. This is not fun.
They're in an ambush. Careful. Watch your backs. Especially mine. I should be the one to leave after all.
Wandor,
Good job, Wandor. You're my best friend for a reason.
okay, so these guys died really easily, so it shouldn't be that hard to kill them all.
But
One
wait,
hit should
we kill
knock them out.
them? Should we not try to communicate with them? Ask why they done this?
Oh, we're not trying this shit. Shut up.
Jesus Christ, it's the last time you've cast that. You keep casting it like every 10 minutes.
Oh,
Typical emo cutting yourself.
We have a bleeder.
alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the fuck up here.
Oh, I see. Leave our backs. Very well.
It's
In
called
which
the high
case-
ground, Anakin.
God damn it, fuck you. Well, while everyone is off fighting these imps, I make an attempt to go to the one in the back. I go up to it. But rather than fire my crossbow of awesomeness, I attempt to talk to it. Communicate with it, if you will.
Oh no.
Yep.
So would that be a persuasion
why,
roll?
Why have you done this?
It's
What
gonna
is
be
your purpose? Oh no! Oh no!
So-
Oh, one.
the creature, as you try to talk with it, with your swath, the creature managed to jump up when you're distracted and gives you a big fat slap on the face that knocks you on the ground for one round.
How
Oh my
dare
God.
you! How dare these bastards!
Oh my god.
I just spend my turn laughing at him.
Oh no.
We should leave these two.
I know.
Ah, these damn imps. There's no communicating.
Okay,
Alright,
as always, it's up to me to save the day.
Varolus, you gotta pull something out of your fat fucking
I
drunken
swear.
mouth right now.
I swear,
Ugh.
you keep drinking.
Oh, that hurts.
God, if you're gonna do that,
Oh, I need it. That feels better. Yes.
the road.
Yes, that's much better. Stand up, you lazy bum. Oh wait, that doesn't cure knockdown.
Nothing cures knocked out. I am knocked down.
Owen, you're so smart.
This-
Close the
ugh.
way.
Bleh. 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 Sometimes that happens
This
when
man
I've been
is
drinking a
throwing
lot.
up. Oh, that's disgusting. It's right next to my face. Oh, it's in my mouth.
Bleh. Bleh.
Did it just teleport?
They don't last very long.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
They teleport around.
Yeah, I was asking about that because he did seem to teleport.
What
Okay,
the?
so Landor, I do seem to be in a
Um,
pickle.
He has erratic wisp. That's why he teleported.
I see. You mind killing him?
Uh, um, 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 uh, um
You know, I can feel all that considering I'm lying down on the ground. Ow, you fucking prick.
These guys really don't like you.
Oh, my chest.
Oh, your chest cavity really loves you right now, doesn't it?
Oh, finally you do something useful.
Might have back. You know, might have. I'm just gonna let you think you're okay.
How many times must I tell you? Healing does not cure.
I was healing you because you just got stabbed 5 times.
Ah, very well. At least I'm no longer injured.
Oh,
God, it
oh
smells
that
like
was
shit
that last
over
one
here.
was rough.
Oh, what's
That
this
did
over
not
here?
come up
Oh,
easy.
the blood is electrified. What? Gods, this is.
Sorry.
Oh, it stings. You drunken idiot! What are
responsibility
you
for
doing?
nothing.
Ugh.
Kick him.
Is it dead? Of course it's not. You hit it with a magical attack, and it doesn't have any.
Ugh.
Oh, what?
I don't need your criticism, woman.
Oh, you're going to get it. You're gonna get it a lot.
Oh, Wandor, a great warrior as always. Now kill the rest of them, you fool.
Wandor, that one down there doesn't have erratic wisp anymore. It can't avoid your attack.
They seem to keep coming. This is troublesome indeed.
Okay, you know what? I am tired of your shit, son. So take this fucking shit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and yeah. Now you should get constantly damaged when you're walking through this.
Here we go. Time to save the day yet again.
Oh, would
Very
you
well,
stop it?
Very well.
Stop your fucking
Now
Are you
narcissistic
going to
behavior.
talk them to death? Vaporonius.
I think that's what he was trying to do earlier.
Watch and learn how a real rogue takes down his enemies. My point exactly. And why don't I give them... Oh, it seems as if I cannot reach. This is most troublesome. Oh well, I guess I'll... No, can't even eat a potato. Alright, I
It's
guess I'll cut
times like
myself.
this.
Oh, not cutting myself, but in fact giving myself more AP. Very
Only
well.
Elsa
What is
hurt
this
himself.
AP you speak of?
I mean, I give myself more movement.
I'm pretty sure
I might
he
as well
gave himself
throw
more
up.
asshole.
Ah, that makes sense. So he could shoot fire
Wow.
that does not even reach his prey. Yes,
You
that's
were
much
3
like.
inches from him. That
I
was so
thought it would
effective.
reach. There's no
Wow.
need to criticize me.
You know, I heard the women talking into the bar, and it seems you always come up 3 inches short.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh!
Okay, first of
wow.
all, lizards are not known for having big cocks. In fact, we please with our tails.
Second
more.
of all, he
They
never
are
said
longer.
3 inches short, as in, you can't even touch them.
Oh, well,
You can't talk your way out of this one. Not happening.
well, at least I got to fuck you
At
in the
least he
ass,
didn't
bitch.
knock you down.
Oof. You know, I think there's a reason why they keep
Wandor,
backstabbing you.
Do not try to traverse this terrain, please.
It's still there for another 2
Oh,
turns.
don't be a pussy, Wandor.
Actually,
you have the
if
most
you
vitality of all of us.
You're out of it.
Though I must admit that Anna does look rather, heavy.
Snazzy.
And conductive.
Ah, yes. After all, it is metal.
Yes, stupid.
There's no way I'm letting you leave me with these two.
Yeah, okay. Alright, I am tired of your shit. that.
Haha, it seems he is the one who is tired of your shit. In actuality. That's smart.
Oh yeah, you know what we forgot to do? We forgot to get our skills.
Okay, Vermos, I'm sorry, but I might have to bad boys to you,
I swear to
Ah.
God.
if you know the reference.
First of
Bad
all,
boys, what you gonna do?
Alright, Vermos, hold perfectly still, and I might not shoot you in the leg.
you're asking a
God.
drunk man to hold still. What is...
Alright,
He hit you very hard on the head.
1. Got him. Without a hitch.
Is that just me, or do I see several feathers stuck to the voodoo doll?
No. The voodoo doll itself is completely made out of wood. There are no
Well,
other
I was
materials
joking
on
that
it.
he was inches. Because his arm was
Okay.
made out of leather.
God,
Oh, would you
again?
stop?
Well,
Oh,
I guess you could
it's-
say drunk is being a good thing every now and then.
It's like a little slime thing. Oh,
That comes from his stomach. He basically gives birth to a giant corpse creature. This is what happens when you drink shitty alcohol.
Oh, as it gets
it
near
just
you,
bitch
it
slapped the
purposely
voodoo
rubs
doll.
up all over your
Ew,
legs
ew,
and
it's getting its
everything.
intestines all over me. Oh, my leg is covered in blood. Ah, Wandor, a great warrior. Now, please come here and kill the one next to me before it stabs me in the legs.
I don't think it's even worth.
Oh, finally, it's away from me. Oh, the sound is disgusting.
Well, I tried. Otherwise, yeah.
The creature has been wounded sufficiently. It is the last of its kind left here. I turn around and I ask it, grabbing it by the throat, screaming in its face, "Why? What are you doing here? Why have you killed these good men? Why am I now covered in blood?" Damn it.
And he failed.
The creature absolutely ignores your attempt to talk with it. It only gaggles. But there's a realization. You have the impression while you were fighting these voodoo dolls that they are somehow acting like there are some kind of invisible strings. They're obviously not living sentient beings.
Ah. These movements are extremely strange. They
Can
don't
I use
walk
my
like
turn to search
normal.
for in my pockets drunkenly?
Oh
I
my
want to
God.
search for some magic scissors that I once acquired, maybe, or maybe I'm remembering incorrectly, but I believe I have some magic scissors meant to cut said strings of controlling force from some.
So basically, you have magic scissors that can cut magic strings.
Okay, okay.
Possibly, or
Are
maybe
those-
they were just some scissors that I found in. Nope, they're definitely magic scissors.
Vermos, I highly doubt you have any sort of magic scissors in your pockets.
I rummage around for a second in my pockets. Wait, make sure that's a pass, I guess, first, but pretty sure it is.
You know, sometimes I wonder, why does everyone doubt the drunk? He's usually the person who knows more than everyone else, seeing how he's 50 years old. Wait, never mind.
Don't
I'm
know.
like
He's
3
probably
times his
going through
age
some
now. I'm
deep
thinking
eternal
about it.
Yeah, no,
melancholy
I just
and
look very
sadness.
old from the drinking.
I was thinking you're like 300, then I remembered you said you were 50, and I was like, no.
I believe all elves look hideous.
It's a common
especially
mistake, my
elves.
dear. I give the appearance.
You look 500 years old. You look twice my age. Why do you? Just act. Okay, so either toss those weird scissors that you're trying to fumble about, or do whatever you're wanting to do with them.
Throw them to
No,
me.
no,
I can cut the strings. I am closest.
it's not his. There you go. So you indeed find an item, but it turns out it is a. You find a magical item, and as it turns out, it wasn't scissors. If you look at the item description, it will give you.
Oh, hey.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's awesome.
What
Can
does
you
it?
change its
Does it
description?
actually? Does it actually cut like
I thought it was
the
scissors.
bonds
Oh my
between a
God.
summon and a like a familiar and whatever's controlling it, or is it just a really badass dagger?
It is a
Just
very
I like-
badass dagger, because there are no invisible strings to be cut.
It's
In that
yes.
sense,
It's
it-
like they're being held.
Like it severs the
I
connection.
never
though.
said they were actual strings, you idiot.
I never said
Oh.
there were actually strings. It just seems the movement
Oh, I
resembles
can
like
examine
puppets.
it.
That
Well,
are.
here's one thing to note. It has 30% resistance to everything. Wonderful.
Yeah, my finesse isn't even high enough to use this.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The name I thought it was scissors honestly made me bust a nut laughing. That is the
okay.
funniest shit ever.
Well, Vaporonius, I may need your assistance, but here,
Toss me the
try
dagger, my
these.
friend.
Try this.
Throws the scissors at the back of his head and it gets stuck to the scale. And he just pulls it off the scale.
It doesn't even
Ow,
really give you
ow,
any benefits.
you asshole. It doesn't
It's
hurt, but
intelligent.
it's still my scale. Oh, my beautiful, beautiful scale.
You cover it up with a whole bunch of robes. Doesn't matter.
Farmos, I believe you're. Oh, thank you.
Okay, yeah, I give him the scissors.
Thank you. It actually, my friend, this is not scissors.
The
This
knife.
is literally a dagger.
It looks like scissors.
Scissors
quiet,
have
you.
2 points on them, my friend.
There can be more than one kinds of scissors in life.
Okay, first
Remember
of all,
that.
asshole, I got hit by that, and I'm freezing.
And it's got 2 health. Are you serious? You just killed yourself.
God damn it, this is torture.
Yeah.
Why do I
Let me warm you up, my friend. Let me warm you up.
It is
Oh, wait.
making it only worse.
Why did you cure his magic armor? Damn it.
Gods, I need to piss now. This much water and ice is...
Okay, so I'm not sure how much of a help that dagger is made more for the arcane arts. However, I do not apparently possess the finesse to
That is
wield
much
it myself.
You want to wield it?
Warm.
I mean,
hey,
yeah,
Vaporonius,
Hello.
Isn't that what you
Dagger.
normally do with
I
a
am
dagger?
I am sure you would love to have these. Otherwise, I'm gonna
These
sell the
gloves
others.
are entirely useless to me. I throw them on the ground because I don't have enough intelligence.
Oh,
Yes, can I
Terrible
have that? Can
trash.
I have
Any
that
idiot's
dagger back,
tools.
please?
What are you gonna use it for? You don't even know how to fight with
It's
that.
mine. I found it. It's
okay.
mine.
You
So,
found it in your
I'm gonna
pocket.
run a
What are you gonna use
intelligence
it
roll.
for?
So I'm gonna run an intelligence
Circumcision.
roll to see if I know what these creations are and what the runes mean.
I
Yes.
will use the dagger one day in my life for circumcision. Not on myself, but on something.
That is obviously an arcane dagger.
As you
Exactly.
as you look at the puppets, you recognize that they have runes engraved on them. You cannot spell the runes. You don't know what language it is, but they are clearly magical, and you think you remember them reading about it in a book about the dark arts, how to put life
9:21
into
p.m.
non-living things.
That explains the souls that I found on them.
Wait, I
What?
think I have an idea, but it
Says
requires the
hand
dagger.
delivered to the
Let me have it.
recipient.
Oh, you're not
very
about to
well,
start stabbing some
but
souls. Please,
I
no.
better get this back. I'm gonna do
What
some
it said, yeah,
serious
2 of the things
circumcision
should
with
be
it.
there. The other one should come tomorrow.
Okay, you know what? Oh, God. What was that noise?
Yeah, because those are the expensive ones.
So yeah, I can't use the dagger that I found. I can use the dagger
Oh,
that
wait.
I found.
Uh,
If I
Yeah,
spend a point in finesse.
for some odd reason, you were level 4 the whole time instead of
Yeah, it
level
says
5.
hand delivered at 9.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's because it has a requirement of finesse
Okay.
11, so that's why I couldn't use it.
all right, so I have
very
one
well,
last thing
enjoy
to
your
ask.
visit.
I
But
spent a
if the
point in
day
finesse
comes,
specifically.
if the
I'm
day
going to
comes where I
go
must
to-
circumcise something, you must give me the dagger.
I want to stab one of these voodoo fetishes with the dagger and see if maybe it will animate for me.
9 o'clock is like
It makes only
Stab it with the
sound
dagger.
of wood. That wood makes when you
Ver-
stab it.
Veromos, Veromos,
I
look
thought
at
for
me for a
sure
second.
that would work.
Look at me for a second. Come on, look at me.
Wait, yeah, okay.
Why would he want to look at something as hideous as you? Oh wait, never mind. He's drunk now, so it probably looks better.
All right,
Very-
so first thing you need to know, 1, I have the life essences from the voodoo dolls. 2, you don't know the dark incantation to put the souls into the voodoo dolls. And 3, what do you think the knife's gonna do? It severs magical connections. It doesn't
Wait a second.
recreate
Nobody
them.
ever said
How-
that that's how it works. I just
Oh
assumed.
god, it's raining.
And besides,
Okay.
I do know the dark incantation. See, now that came out of my.
Alright,
That's
I'm
part of
leaving.
your soul, you idiot.
I'm
Yes.
going to find some cover
Okay.
and
I
a
shall say a
fire.
prayer and lay this body back to rest.
I will join you in your prayerful
We
incantations.
should go.
By
We
the
should
gods,
go.
there's
We should go.
raining everywhere. We need cover and
We
shelter
should go.
and fire,
Let's go.
food and water.
As you leave the scene of the battle, you continue east towards a high road, bantering and trying to find shelter from the rain.
Good
After a couple of
gods,
hours,
I
the rain.
hate the rain. It's so cold and there's lightning everywhere. I hate lightning. It's so gods,
After a-
it's everywhere.
After a
I'm
couple,
going to boost your volume just so I can hear you better.
I apologize. I'm a little too loud, especially when I have to be quiet in my house. 'Cause
Here,
my fucking
everyone,
dad's a
do me a
prick.
favor. Boost Fandarin's volume level to either 150 or 200%,
okay, wait a minute.
just so we can hear him better.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can hear you much better.
Absolutely.
Mysterious
So-
voice in the sky.
So you walk for a couple of hours, and finally the sky clears up. There's a more friendly tune, and you come to a part of the road that you actually know, where there's a little pond, and you look forward to, freshen up a little bit from the long journey.
Finally, some rest and relaxation.
I am going
call
to take
dibs
the
on
longest
first.
shower after I bathed in that blood.
Perhaps I could join you in this bathing ritual. Good gods, the
Sin,
fresh
when you say I am ugly,
Okay, I never said you were so ugly I would not lay you. We did do it once after all.
no, we didn't. You know, the most annoying thing about that is that was the elf whore in the in-house. Back in...
I remember that elf whore. She was especially harsh.
As you walk up to the pond, you can see there's a huge trace of blood, and in front of you there's a huge pile of meat of that seems to be a forest troll that has been split into 2 pieces with a very, very large weapon. And